Welcome back, Captains. This is U.S.S. Defiance, Fleet Ambassador, Starfleet Special Command. I'm here today with video 1 of our 3-part ship build series, my Fleet Tactical Escort Retrofit, the U.S.S. Defiance. As I stated in our ship build series intro, I'm going to be breaking down my build into 8 parts, so let's get started. First off, we're going to go over the ship build itself. Starting up here with our 4 weapons, I have 3 Advanced Fleet Phaser Dual Heavy Cannons, Mark 12, damage times 2, accuracy times 2. Also 4, I have an Advanced Fleet Quantum Torpedo Launcher, Mark 12, damage times 3, accuracy. Right now I am reputation level 4, so I am running the Assimilated Deflector Array, Mark 11. Assimilated Sub-Transwarp Engines, Mark 11. On my warp core, I am running a Field Stabilizing Warp Core, Mark 11. I really haven't messed with the warp cores too awful much yet, and they're kind of expensive, so I've been kind of holding off on those. For shields, Assimilated Regenerative Shield Array, Mark 11. Aft weapons, I am running 2 Advanced Fleet Phaser Turrets, Mark 12, damage times 2, accuracy times 2. And the Kinetic Cutting Beam, Mark 12, damage times 3. For the devices, Subspace Field Modulator, and I'm running weapons batteries. Engineering consoles, Universal Assimilated Module, console, 0-point energy conduit. That's from the reputation side for Romulan. Engineering neutronium alloy. And for my sciences, I'm running 2 field generators, Mark 11 blues. On my tactical console slots, I am running the phaser relays, Mark 11. I have 1 purple and 4 blues. Right now, I'm slowly upgrading those. But real quick, about some of the reputation gear, the kinetic cutting beam itself, and the assimilated module. You take a look, actually run, you get the Set 2 bonus, which is the Omegan weapon amplifier, and adds these abilities right here, which actually helps out a lot with the damage. And the nice thing that I found out about the assimilated is that if you run all 3, which some people don't, I like to because you get the assimilated tractor beam, and I have saved quite a few people with that. Alright guys, we're going to move on to my captain skills. I will annotate this on the video itself. This skill build is actually from the Hilbert Guide at thehilbertguide.com. I do a lot of switching between my escorts and my cruisers, and he recommended that this particular skill set would be good for that. So I chose to run with it, and so far it's done very well with me, being that I'm switching between the escorts and the cruisers. Seems like it's doing pretty good. Show you this real quick. Next, we're going to move on to my traits. Alright, next we're going to move on to the bridge officers. This is the particular layout that I've found to be most efficient for the damage. I'm sure that there's some other layouts that may be a little bit more damagey, some maybe a little more tanky that could absorb some damage, but this is what I found out that works for me. I'm running 2 tactical teams in slot 1, 2 attack pattern betas, slot 2, torpedo high yield 3, and cannon rapid fire 3. Down here I'm running cannon rapid fire 2 and a torpedo high yield 1. Right now, as this ship sits, I've been running the emergency power to shields and the emergency power to weapons. From what I've noticed, that adding that emergency power to weapons, I actually had an emergency power to shields 2 there. Adding that emergency power to weapons added probably about 500 to 1,000 DPS for the complete event, depending on things that are going on. But by doing that, the ship becomes very glassy. It wants to pop quite a bit because of that emergency powered shields that is gone. But if you fly very carefully, you can usually make it through okay. On my science slot, I'm also running, got the hazard measures and transfer shield strength 2. Alright, we can go ahead and go to the duty officers. I just added these in here today, especially these 2 on the bottom. I've always ran 3 projectile officers, but recently, as of right before this parse that I just did, I dropped one of the projectile officers off and added a con officer to help with tactical team, hoping that the tactical team might make me a little less susceptible to popping a lot. And it actually helped out a little bit. Next one, I have the energy weapons officer running the chance to reduce the time to recharge when using cannon special attacks. I was actually running 2 of those before I added the con officer and the technician. I've dropped back to 1. I hadn't really noticed that much of a difference yet. And I'm also running 1 blue technician. I just threw it in there just to see what would happen. I might end up going back and putting another energy weapons officer in, but I'm going to run it like that and see how it goes. Alright, next we're going to go up to my reputation. Right now, as you can see, I'm pretty close to being done with Tier 5 on the Task Force Omega side. Some of the choices I've made here: the Omega Weapon Proficiency, Omega Weapon Training, Regenerative Shield Augmentation, Omega Graviton Amplifier. This actually helps out quite a bit with the damage. And of course I'll end up going with the Medical Nanite Cloud once I reach Tier 5. Romulus side. Main thing that I doing the Romulus stuff for was to get the 0-point energy conduit. But I have the enhanced personal shields, enhanced shield systems, and as you can see, I'm just about done with getting ready to start Tier 3. On the Strike Force, I do not have much at all. I actually just started this very recently, so I haven't gotten into it too awful much yet. Alright, next we're going to talk about the keybinds and setup. When I first set up the keybinds for this ship, I'd actually just ran across the Hilbert guide, and my DPS jumped through the roof when I added the keybinds. If you go to thehilbertguide.com, he actually gives directions that shows how to set up the keybinds, and they go into tray 7. And this is about the most efficient way that I've found for them to be set up. First off, you want to make sure all your weapons are on auto fire, and then once you put the things that you need in tray 7, I start off with emergency power to weapons 2, emergency power to shields, run your attack pattern Bravo. Then I start off with the highest cannon rapid fire I have, then back to attack pattern Beta, and then the cannon rapid fire 2. And then I throw my 2 torp high yield 3 and high yield 1 on the end. I've been playing around sticking the subspace field modulator in here, just letting it constantly run because I'm constantly tapping the space bar, so anytime it becomes available it'll pop on again. Just testing that out and see how that's going. And on the very end, fleet support 2. So basically, when you get into an event, you just start pressing the space bar, and it goes ahead and activates everything. Everything goes on cooldown, so just every once in a while you just have to keep pressing that space bar. I usually hit it every couple seconds, because every once in a while you'll catch one that's on You got one that's getting ready to come up now. There's your shield hill. Back to tap powder beta. There goes the cannon rapid fires. So basically, that's how I run my STFs. I go in, start pushing the space bar, fly, and go from there. Alright guys, the last thing I'm going to talk about is the Advanced Combat Tracker parse log, which I'll include at the end of this video for y'all to see. I just recently ran and infected the Conduit Elite. You can take a look at that parse log and give you an idea about what kind of DPS you can get out of the ship. So there she is, the U.S.S. Defiance. I hope that part 1 of the ship build series was helpful. If you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to contact me. You can contact me in-game at @YachtStafark. Stay tuned for video 2 in our ship series, where we'll be showing off the heavy escort carrier. U.S.S. out.